from the historic desk. Those goddamn ankle-biting pirate lords of Flores. How a bunch of 3-foot-tall hominids you've never heard of went from an evolutionary footnote to the horniest, most terrifying sailors on the high seas. Picture it. The Dutch East India Company, sometime in the 1600s. A crew of scurvy-ridden, mouth-breathing Dutchmen, led by a captain whose primary qualification is owning a truly spectacular hat, blunders onto the island of Flores in Indonesia. And what do they find? Not spices, not gold, but a whole goddamn village of what the historical record now refers to as Homo floresiensis, a previously unknown species of human cousin who topped out at a respectable 3.5 feet tall. The Dutch, being Dutch, immediately thought, how can we exploit this? And exploit it they did. It turns out, little dudes are a goddamn godsend on a 17th century ship. You know how you need a scrawny, underfed cabin boy to shimmy up the rigging to the crow's nest? These guys were practically born in the crow's nest. They could scramble up a mast in 10 seconds flat, re-rig a sail in a gale-force wind, and, this is the real kicker, fit inside a cannon to clean it. A job that previously required a specialised long-handled mop and a sailor, everyone agreed they could probably afford to lose. They needed half the rations, took up a quarter of the space in a hammock, and, according to the wildly unsubstantiated log of Captain One-Eyed Jan, they were immune to scurvy because their bodies just produced their own goddamn vitamin C out of sheer, concentrated spite. Soon, no self-respecting captain would leave port without a contingent of Floresian riggers. They were the must-have naval accessory. But you can't keep a good hominid down, and it wasn't long before the Hobbits, a name they were allegedly fine with until some dipshit author in the 20th century ruined it, started getting ideas above their station, which is to say, ideas at a normal-sized person's station. They were smarter, faster, and soberer than their lummox colleagues. They learned navigation by watching the stars, and learned command by watching their supposed superiors fuck it up on a daily basis. By 1720, the first Floresian-helmed ship, the Constant Surprise, was commissioned, captained by the legendary tactician known only as Gimlet. And from there, piracy, obviously. Because why work for the man when you can be the man? Just a much shorter, angrier man with a tiny razor-sharp cutlass. Floresian pirates became the terror of the spice routes. Their ships were smaller, faster, and crewed by maniacs who saw a boarding action less as a battle and more as a violent gymnastics routine. Imagine a swarm of 30 furious, bellowing hominids swinging onto your deck, cutting the buckles off your trousers, and making off with your rum before you could even draw your sword. It was chaos. It was humiliating. And according to the recently unearthed Macau Courtesan's Almanac, it was also surprisingly popular with the ladies in port, who found their compact energy to be a refreshing change of pace. Filed by Yonderhun for Historic.